Welcome to the winner's bracket side of the ASUN Conference Championships here in Huntsville, Alabama, where getting ready to start. North Alabama, the number 4 seed, taking on the number 1 seed, Stetson. Stetson's ranked number 14 in the country, and North Alabama trying to pull off a huge upset. We're going to watch the twos pair where we have number 1, Katie Camp, and number 7, Maria Ozaeta. Both of those ladies hail from Stetson. They're in the green in the near court. On the far court, you've got number 4, Ryan Gepford, and number 2, Paige Griner. They are in the black for North Alabama. They meet at the net, wishing each other good luck. Gepford and Ozaeta have played each other before. Camp and Griner never have, so this could be an interesting matchup. Last time that Stetson played North Alabama, it was tight. We'll see how this one fares out. So first serve of the match. Ozaeta serves down the middle with an ace. That husband and wife serve, she breaks it out. Got to have a lot of communication. It's a little wind today, so she, with that top spin, used that to her advantage because you want to serve into the wind if you're going to do a top spin. All right, 1-0 Stetson. Ozaeta, serve number 2. And she sends a second ace as she nails the line. That was a tough serve. The first one, not so much tough, just great spot. That one, it was a great spot and tough, to be completely honest. So 2-0 Stetson. So if you're a hatter, that's the way you want to start. Not so much for North Alabama. Maria serve. This one, Gepford with the dive plays it. Nice pass. Then Gepford knuckles it short, but Ozaeta's there. And Maria now cuts it right to Griner. Griner on the dig. Now she attacks. She goes toward the corner, but Katie Camp with the dig. Camp now with the roll, and she hits the back line. So I tell you what, out of the 3 points scored, 2 of them have been line tags. You can't find much more perfection than that. So wonderful shots by Stetson to start up 3-0. Top spin serve to Griner. Griner attacks. She goes cross. Ozaeta with the dig. Now Maria on the attack. She cuts it in front of Griner to the sand. 4-0 Stetson. Ozaeta still serving. Floating serve with the top spin to Griner. Griner, another good pass. She goes line, nails it this time. So really, that's the first time they've had a chance to be in system well, and they took care of that. So 4-1, nice attack, good kill by Griner, and much needed point. Now Gepford will serve for North Alabama. She goes cross to Katie Camp. Camp's going to attack. She goes over the head of Gepford in the corner, gets the kill. 5-1 Stetson. Now the attack from the service line will be Katie Camp. Her first attempt at serving in this match. She goes to Gepford. Gepford with a good pass. Now Gepford at the pin, and it's going to be a kill off the block. They call that a tool. 5-2, point to North Alabama. Griner to serve. Her first attempt from the service line after the side switch. Every 7 points, they do switch sides. Paige with the floating serve. Katie Camp with it. On the C set, you've got Camp with the cut shot in front of Griner for the kill. 6-2 advantage, Stetson. Ozaeta will serve. Tough serve, but somehow Griner touches it. And now she gets to attack, goes line, dig there by Camp, and then with the option is Ozaeta And that was a great time to break out that option because Katie Camp after that wasn't in a position to really do much on the swing. All right, back to serve, Ozaeta. And this one hits the top of the net. So free point for North Alabama. They trail 7-3. Gepford will serve. Floating serve played by Ozaeta. Now she's going to attack. She goes line. Page with the overhead dig for North Alabama. She attacks, goes cross, gets the kill. That's a great out-of-system kill from Paige Griner. So point earned for North Alabama. It's 7-4. Gepford will serve. Gepford floats this one deep. Ozaeta with the pass. Now she's attacking middle. She swings down the seam, gets the kill. 8-4, advantage Stetson. Stetson started 4-0, but since then it's been back and forth. And they're up 8-4. All right, back to serve Katie Camp for the Hatters. Camp goes cross. Griner with the pass. Gepford has to track it down. Now Griner goes middle, but right there is Ozaeta. Maria goes cross. Gepford overhead dig. Griner with the hand set. Gepford with the crush for the kill. 8-5.
Let's go, Camp. Let's go, Ozaeta.
Back to serve Paige Griner, the freshman. She's from Nashville, the Music City in Tennessee. Griner serve, gets over the net. Camp's there. Now Camp up, and she goes jumbo over Gepford, but right there's Griner. Now Griner knuckles it short. Ozaeta's there. Ozaeta with the attack. Off the block of Griner for the kill and the tool. 9-5 on the side switch. Point Stetson.
Sorry.
North Alabama takes set one on court 5, 21-19.
All right, Ozaeta back to serve. Ozaeta, number 7, holding the ball high. Gets that jump serve going and hit that one. Hit a little low and it travels right into the middle of the net. So free point there for North Alabama. North Alabama trails 9-6, but Gepford is serving. Camp with the attack, and she cuts it around the block into the open area of the court. For a point, 10-6. Nice job for Camp to realize where the open area was. All right, Camp with the jump serve. Right to Griner. Griner's there. Gepford with the bump set. And Paige knuckles a bit. Ozaeta is there to handle it. And then she goes off the block. Another tool. 11-6. Stetson. Katie Camp on the serve. Jump serve. Goes to Gepford. Gepford with the good pass. Now she's out by the pin. She goes off the block for the kill. That's a tool. 11-7. Hatters with the advantage, but Griner back to serve. Paige floats one deep and just out of bounds. So free point for Stetson. They're up in this match 12-7. Ozaeta will serve now. Jumps serve and hits the top of the net. So 12-8. Now this is the important point for the side switch. Either a 3-point advantage or a 5-point advantage for Stetson at the technical timeout. So Gepford will serve. Gepford floats it. She tried to go line, hit the top of the net, and couldn't get it to creep over. So that is a 5-point advantage at the technical timeout and side switch for Stetson. The idea was good. If that creeps over, that may have been an ace serve. But nonetheless, it's a free point for Stetson and 13-8 advantage in this first set here in Huntsville, Alabama at the ASUN Beach Volleyball Conference Championships. The winner of the conference championship will move on and play in the NCAA National Championships next week in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Looking at some of the other courts in the fives pair, North Alabama's duo of Haley Benez and Caitlin Holbrook took the first set, 21-19. In the fours, Stetson's duo was able to be victorious, 21-13. And all the rest are in process. So in the ones, Stetson's up 12-9. In the twos, Stetson's up 13-8. And in the threes, Stetson's up 13-8. So right now, Stetson is appearing to be in command. They are the number 14th ranked team in the country currently. And they're starting to prove that they are. The good news is for North Alabama fans is one set does not win a match. All right, here we go. This is coming out of the technical timeout. Stetson up 13-8, serving Katie Camp. Camp's jump serve to Griner. Griner with a nice job just keeping that playable. And then Griner with the jumbo, and it goes long. And that was a really big jumbo. It just had a little too much on it. Too much jumbo. 14-8, tack air by Griner. Camp with another serve. And this one she mishits. You could tell by the sound she didn't hit that the way she wanted to, and it sails wide. So service air. But a point to North Alabama. 14-9, they trail. Griner will serve. Griner floats it. Camp with the pass. Now Camp's going to attack. And it's blocked by Gepford. She tried to go cross, and Gepford says, no. That's the roof. 14-10. Griner back to serve. Griner goes to Camp again. Camp with another nice pass. Now she's out by the pin. Goes over Gepford. It's going to have to be free balled over because Gepford touched it. If you touch it on the block, that does count as a touch, unlike indoor where it doesn't. As we see Ozaeta with the knuckler and gets it over for the kill. 15-10 advantage Stetson. Serving Ozaeta. Maria's jump serve to Griner with a really nice pass right in the middle. Now Griner goes seam, gets the kill down the middle. Good attack by Page. 15-11. Gepford will serve. Gepford floats it deep. Ozaeta there. Now Katie Camp with the hand set. She cuts it. Griner with a great job with the overhead dig. Now Griner goes seam. Right there is Ozaeta. Maria attacks. She cuts it. Gepford tries to dive. Couldn't quite get there. So 16-11. Point. Stetson. Serving. Katie Camp. Katie goes cross. Griner another good pass. Now Griner attacks middle. She rolls it. Camp on the dive. She keeps it alive. Now she tries to cut it, but a little thin on that cut. If you like lunch meat, you want it thin. A lot of times that was a little too thin. So on the side switch, point for North Alabama. Score is 16-12, advantage. Stetson, but the Lions will be serving. Griner serving. Floats this one to Camp. Katie's out toward the pin. And Gepford gets her again. That's 2 blocks by Gepford. She tried to get it over Gepford, and Gepford says, no. Remember, I'm the roof. 16-13, Griner to serve. Floating serve to Camp. Camp with a good pass, and then on the option, nice work by Maria Ozaeta to clean it up. Like, hey, I've got a good pass to work with, kind of catch North Alabama in their defense transition, and that's exactly what happened. And they end up getting the kill. Now, Ozaeta with the jump serve. Nice pass by Griner. Griner's out. Knuckles it short. Ozaeta with the great dive to play that. And then she knuckles it over. I tell you what, that was all just set up by Ozaeta in the dive just to keep it alive. When Griner knuckled that, I really thought that was going to be a point. But Ozaeta came out of nowhere to get it up. And then from there, a great set by Katie Camp. And then the finish, easy finish by Ozaeta. 18-13, Stetson. Tough serve. Griner plays it, gets it up well. Now she goes down the line, and right there is Ozaeta with the dig. Now she goes off of Griner. As Griner wasn't quite set, she was moving. It's hard to pass when you are moving a hard-driven spike. So 19-13 advantage, Stetson. Serving, Ozaeta. Goes to Griner. Griner's in the middle. Overhead dig, Ozaeta. Ozaeta's going to have a down ball. Gepford with the dive. Now Gepford just keeps it alive, gets it over. Ozaeta dives, keeps it alive. Now Gepford on the C set, and she crushes one. That was great work there by North Alabama, keeping it alive and then moving the block to where there was a free net, and Gepford got a full swing. 19-14 for the kill. Gepford floats one toward the middle. Katie Camp with the dig. Now she cuts it. Gepford on the dive is there. And Griner trying to keep it up to where it could be attacked, but sent it a little over the net. So 20-14 point for the Hatters. This will be the serve for the first set from Katie Camp. And her serve hits the top of the tape, so 20-15 on the side switch. North Alabama will be serving until Stetson scores or until they win.
Stetson takes the first set on court 3, 21-17.
All right, Griner serving. Griner floats middle. Katie Camp there. Now Camp in the middle. She rolls this one over Gepford. Got it over her this time for the kill in the corner. Nice shot by Katie. 21-15.
21-15.
Stetson jumped out early in that first set, 4-0. And after that, it was tight the rest of the way. So if you take out that 4-0 start by Stetson, we got us a tight match. So doesn't matter. When you get a 4-0 run at any point in these matches, the talent level of all of these athletes, it's tough to overcome that. So up one in the twos pair is Stetson as they take the 21-15 victory in set one. Getting ready to play set two. Looking over at some of the others. North Alabama won the first set in the fives pair, and they are up in the second set. Stetson won the first set in the fours pair, and they are tied in the second set 14-all. Stetson won the first set 21-17 in the threes, won the first set 21-15 in the twos, and they are up in the ones 19-17. So Stetson right now, at least with the first set, definitely has an advantage, but we saw this last time they played. Stetson won a lot of the first sets. North Alabama come back, won a lot of the seconds, and then it was a dogfight in the third for almost the entire up and down the lineup. Stetson is serving in the ones pair for the first set victory. It's 20-17. Make that 20-18 as North Alabama scores on an attack. All right, we'll be starting the second set here shortly. As in between sets, they get 3 minutes to get some coaching and get some work done. And a little relaxation, rest, and to hydrate. All right, North Alabama will serve first in this one to get things started. It'll be Ryan Gepford with the serve. Ryan's from Butler, Missouri. First serve of set 2. She goes line. Camp with the play. She's by the pin. She rolls it down the line and in front of Gepford. Couldn't quite get there. 1-0 with the kill, Katie Camp and the Stetson Hatters. All right, serving is Maria Ozaeta. Maria with that jump serve, and it goes long, so service error. 1-1, so much better start for North Alabama this time. They're not in a 4-0 hole. Griner will serve. Page floats it, and it's going to be an ace. Kind of caught Katie Camp in a bad spot. It looked like it was going to be out, and then all of a sudden it just dropped. And Katie had no choice but to try to play it. Great serve by Griner, that floater. 2-1, North Alabama. Griner serves this one short. Camp's there easily. Now Katie's going to attack, and she gets it around the block of Gepford. 2-2. Good spot by Camp. Two all with Camp back to serve. She employs a jump serve, and she mishit this one. It goes wide. So 3-2 advantage, North Alabama. Gepford will serve. Gepford floats. Camp with the easy pass. Now she's going to attack. She cuts it in front of Gepford to the left. To the right of Griner. 3-3 as Maria Ozaeta back to serve for the Hatters. Good offense by Katie Camp. And she hits that one a little fat. When you hit the ball and it sails like that, you don't quite get the top spin you want. So she hit it fat and it sails out of bounds. So advantage North Alabama in set 2, 4-3. All right, coming out of the side switch. Griner serving. Serving with the wind. She goes to Camp. Now on the option is Ozaeta, but right there for the dig is Griner. Now Griner up, knuckles it around the block, gets the kill. 5-3, North Alabama with the advantage in set 2. Griner floats at line. Camp with the pass. Now she's going to attack. She goes to Gepford. And somehow it gets over the net off the dig, and then it hits the net and ricochets off of Camp. And I have to say, if you are Katie Camp, that is unlucky. That's all I can say. Great reaction. Katie Camp did everything right on that. Great reaction by Gepford to keep it alive. And then Camp, unfortunately, just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then we see Griner with the trying to go line on the serve, missed that one. So 6-4 advantage. North Alabama. Camp will serve. Jump serve, and it goes wide again. 7-4 advantage, North Alabama.
North Alabama takes set 2 on court 4, 21-19. We're playing 3 on court 4.
Gepford floats this one to Camp. Camp's going to attack, and she cuts it just over the block. Griner almost had that one. She had it lined up perfectly, just couldn't quite reach it. So good cut shot by Camp. 7-5. Advantage, North Alabama serving. Ozaeta. Rhea floats it, and Griner's there. Nice pass. Gepford bump set. And then on the knuckle right there is Ozaeta. Ozaeta swings, goes line, gets the kill. 7-6. Ozaeta back to serve. This for the side switch. Floats it. Griner's there. And Gepford with the option. Excellent play by Gepford with the option bump back over her head into the carpet on the other side. Gepford doesn't do that a lot. That's definitely, if you've been scouting them, you don't see her do that very much. So that caught everybody by surprise. 8-6 advantage, North Alabama. All right, Griner will serve after the side switch. Serving into the wind now. And it's kind of still at the moment. She floats it. Camp with the pass. Ozaeta tracks it down. Now Camp tries to go seam, but hits the top of the net and falls on her side. So 9-6 advantage, North Alabama. Griner will serve again. Goes seam. Camp with the good pass. Now Camp's in the middle. And she goes corner off of Griner. That's a kill. Good aggressive attack by Katie Camp. Camp back to serve. Serves it off the top of the net, but right there's Griner. Now Griner attacks. And her attack, she tried to knuckle it, but it's blocked by Ozaeta. Ozaeta with the roof. 9-8. North Alabama up. Camp will serve for the Hatters. Floating serve to Griner. Page is in the middle. And she swings, hits the top of the net. Easy pass for Camp. Camp knuckles at Gepford on the dig. Now Gepford's by the pin. And Gepford with the big swing. Great dig there by Ozaeta. And her knuckle somehow gets over the net. So earlier, I said that Katie Camp did everything right on a volley and ended up not getting the point. Same thing there with Gepford. She did everything right, and North Alabama didn't get the point. But you got to give Stetson credit. That was a great dig just to keep that thing from the carpet. Camp floats it. Griner with the pass. Gepford with the bump set. And Griner goes line. Nice shot by Paige Griner, the freshman, to hit that down the line and earn the point, 10-9. Gepford will serve. Gepford floats it, seam. Ozaeta dives for it, gets it up. Now Maria with the swing, hits the top of the net. Griner with the pass. Now Paige attacks. And Paige knuckles it short. Now Ozaeta knuckles it even shorter for a kill on the option. Tied at 10s. This is for the side switch and technical timeout. It's the multiple of 21. Or it is 21 points, not the multiple. Ozaeta will serve here. Floats it to Griner. Gepford with the pass in the middle. Paige tries to go short. Good idea. Just left it too short as it hits the top of the net. So free point for the Hatters as they take the lead at the technical and side switch, 11-10. The fours pair from North Alabama victorious in set 2 as they're forced a third set. The fives pair from North Alabama up 19-14. They won the first one, so they're on the verge of getting a point for North Alabama. The threes, North Alabama up in set 2, 11-10. The twos, Stetson's up 11-10 in set 2, and the ones, it's tied 7-7. We're here in the technical timeout portion of set number 2. Stetson did take the first one.
North Alabama takes the second set on court 5, 21-14. North Alabama wins court 5, 2-0.
So North Alabama victorious on court 5. They get the first big point for this match as they're up 1-0 as the fives pair of Haley Benez and Caitlin Holbrook victorious in 2 sets, 21-19, 21-14. Great win for that fives pair over the number 14 ranked Stetson Hatters. All right, back on the sand. Stetson up 11-10. Ozaeta will serve here. Floating serve. Griner with the easy pass. Now Griner out. And she goes line, misses it. Good idea. Is a good swing. Had an opening, just missed it by a hair. Point. Stetson, 12-10. Advantage. Hatters. Short floating serve. That's an incredible serve. Right there, it gets over the net in the short corner is what they call that, in the porch. And you don't play too many balls from the porch. So got to give an ace to Ozaeta. Great serve. Now she goes short again. Griner's there. Now Griner's going to attack. She goes seam and crushes it. 13-11. Big swing. Griner serves for North Alabama. Floats it. Camp with the pass. Now Camp's up, and she cuts it over the block of Gepford. I said this earlier. Gepford had it lined up well. Just great execution by Camp to cut it over the block. Now Camp to serve. Katie goes to Griner. Griner a good pass. Now Griner's at the pin. She rolls it down the line for a kill with the jumbo. 14-12. Gepford will serve for North Alabama. Gepford floats this one. Camp plays it. Katie's in the middle. And defensive dig by Griner as Katie hits that with some aggression. Gets the kill, 15-12. Ozaeta serving now. Goes line. Griner, another good pass. Now Griner's out wide. She cuts it, but right there is Camp. Now Ozaeta on the option for the kill. Excellent option by Maria Ozaeta, and we're at 16-12. This is the same score as it was in the first set at this side switch. So timeout on the court. Not only just the side switch, but timeout. Looking in the fours pair, Stetson's up 7-5 in that all-important third set. In the threes, North Alabama up 14-12 in set 2. Stetson's up here in the twos pair 16-12, and Stetson's up in the ones 12-9 at their technical. North Alabama did get that first big point, though, in the fives as they were victorious in 2 sets. Now North Alabama up on the side switch in the threes, 15-13. And Stetson's up in the fours pair in the third set, 8-5. That's the race to 15. All right, coming out of the timeout and side switch, Ozaeta will serve for the green-clad Hatters. Serving as Ozaeta, serves a line drive to Griner. Now Griner up. Tries to cut it, and the net was the best block. Good aggressive swing, but right into the net. So free point there for Stetson. Ozaeta will serve again. This one hits the top of the net, rolls sideways for a good 6-8 inches, and then falls on the other side for an ace serve. You cannot defend those, no matter how good you are. 18-12, as Stetson has a pretty good size advantage. Now Maria Ozaeta tries to do that again, but this one hits the net and stays on her side. So free point for North Alabama. Griner will serve. Griner floats it to Camp. Camp's going to attack. Gets it around the block of Gepford, but right there is Griner. Gepford has to take it over because she partially touched it. And then on the cut shot, sails wide. Good attempt by Ozaeta, but goes wide. So 18-14. Griner will serve again. Floating serve to Camp, and she rolls it over the block of Gepford for a kill in the corner. Nice work there by Camp. 19-14. Camp will serve. Short, but right there's Griner. Now Griner up, and she gets it off the top of Camp as she tried to get it, couldn't quite keep it in play. So 19-15, Gepford serving for the side switch. Gepford floats it. Ozaeta there. Maria's attacking middle now. And she swings and gets the kill off of Griner. 20-15. Looking in the ones pair, Stetson up 15-13 in set 2. In the threes in set 2, North Alabama up 18-16. Make that 19-16 on the side switch. They're trying to force a third set. All right, Griner right there with the pass. Now Griner up, and she crushes it down the seam. Good aggressive swing by Page. 20-16. Griner will be serving. Griner serves it. Right there is Camp. Now Camp up, partially blocked. Gepford has to take it over, and she trying to hit that from the backside is really tough when that set is coming from behind your head. So with the attack error, that gives Stetson the win of the match. 21-16 in the second set. They won the first one 21-15. So now it's tied team-wise, 1-1. And we've got 3 other matches in progress to see how this plays out. But just like last time they played, it was close. And it's close again. So I want to thank all of you for watching. We'll be back later with another match later today. So I want to ask all of you to join and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's at Shannon Gepford 2540, and that'll get you all of the action from beach volleyball around the country. So I want to thank you for watching and wish all of you good day and God bless.